Welcome to Sports CTO Talks. In this series, we will be connecting with technology leaders in the sports industry where we will simplify sports technology. I am Ami, your guide on this journey through the minds of tech leaders who are shaping the future of sports. We will dive deep into the innovations driving this industry, from AI to cloud, from cybersecurity to sustainability. If it is sports tech, we are talking about it. Today, we have with us the CTO of SportsFirst. He will be sharing his insights on sports technology trends in 2025. Nishant has experience over 10 years in the field of sports technology and exploring cutting edge technology knowledge. We welcome you, Nishant.
Thank you.
Can you share something about SportsFirst?
Yeah, for sure. So let me also share something about myself and SportsFirst, right? So, hey, I am Nishant. I am a CTO and co-founder of SportsFirst. We are a sports technology design and development studio. My journey started in 2009. When I graduated, I started as iOS engineer back in 2009, and since then have been working in technology industry. So in 2014, I started mobile first applications, right? At that time, the mission was to build more cutting edge mobile applications for the clients. And in this journey, we identified that there is immense, let's say, technology gap, particularly in sports, right? So there is acute shortage of good technology talent, actually both design and technology talent in sports industry. So that's to fill this gap. Then we thought to start SportsFirst, right? So yeah, that's how our journey with SportsFirst started. And at SportsFirst, our vision is to, let's say, become world's leading sports design and development studio, helping the teams, leagues, startups, and sports companies to build cutting edge digital solutions, which not only works great but also looks great, right? So yeah, that's what we have been doing since last 10 years now, and we have got chance to work with some amazing, I would say, companies and startups across the world, and yeah, that's the journey which we are going on.
Okay. So, my next question to you is what do you think is going to be the top trends, the top technology trends into sports industry in 2025?
Uh, so again, technology is changing so rapidly now, right? It's literally changing every day. But if I need to pick three top trends, I would pick AI, then AR/VR, which is augmented reality and virtual reality, and IoT. So I think this three technologies are going to, let's say, dominate the 2025 sports.
Okay. So, as you have talked about AI, and everyone is talking about AI, and it is the buzzword in the industry. So, what's the real game changing applications in AI in sports in 2025?
So, see, one thing happened. So, AI is around since ages now, right? Since decades, AI is there. In form of machine learning, neural networks, and let's say other AI technologies. So, what changed now is generative AI, right? So, that is something new came up in the recent years, and that is bringing a lot of innovation and across the industries, right? So. Uh, I think generative AI and particularly AI is going to change all the aspects of sports as an industry, right? Let's say from coaching to fan engagement, it's going to be uh, very critical and a very crucial aspect of all the sports applications which are going to be built after 2025. So I'll give you two quick examples, right? So see, one very powerful thing about AI is personalization. So, if you have, let's say, data of your fans, if you have data of your players, right? So then you can do predictive analysis on this. You can give, let's say, a curative content to the fans, which you think that, let's say, they are going to engage more towards, right? So, it can segregate the fans in terms of their geography, in terms of their likings, dislikings, right? Their age group, their favorite teams, right? So, it's So it's personalization at so the AI brings personalization to the next level, right? So fan engagement is definitely going to be literally disrupted by AI.
Okay.
And along with that, I mean, there are a lot of smaller applications, right, which which can empower with let's say AI agents. So right now we are working with one of the leading sports governing body, and so we have built a platform for them, which is AI-driven athlete onboarding platform, right? So they have about, let's say, 50, 60,000 youth athletes with them, and with his AI enabled platform, it's helping them like anything, right? So it's saving about 80% of the time of operations time, right, which they can spend on to more productive things. So I think AI is going to be impactful in three areas majorly, right? So one is definitely saving time, increasing efficiency, and third is personalization to the next level. I mean, that's the major impacts of AI.
Okay. So, and on the contrary, what are the challenges are you anticipating, in adopting AI in the sports technology industry?
Yeah, so I mean, great question, right? So what will happen is for building any AI application, right, you need to have data. So that is a precursor of building AI solution, right? So I mean, still, I feel that the sports data is not that easily available, right? So that is one of the obstacle. And second is biases. So the generative AI models are in a way biased because they are learning from the internet search history. It's they are learning from the social media, and let's say so this there has been immense research going on, right, that how to make the AI unbiased. So but still, I mean, it's not a solved problem. So I think these two are the major challenges, particularly with AI, right, which is how to get accurate data for training the models, and second is how to make the AI models more unbiased in nature.
Okay. So now moving from AI to AR and VR, they have been around, like from quite some time or quite some few years. So are we finally seeing them take off in the sports industry? Like, if you could shed a
Yeah,
few.
correct, correct. No, I mean, so yeah, definitely. See, VR is. So when I started my career in 2009, right? So since then, I mean, the VR is AR and VR is a buzzword, right? I mean, so Apple is having AR kits since ages now. So, but see, what will happen is. So two things are happening in the industry right now, right? So the VR devices, particularly with the Meta Quest and let's say other dominant VR devices, they are getting more and more affordable. Still, I mean, it is in a way out of reach for majority of the population, but I think that is going to change in 2025, right? I mean, there are going to be more and more VR devices, and hardware is going to be available to the masses. If you think about the applications, right? I mean, see, let's say from the athlete coaching, training to viewing the real world matches, it is going to have significant impact. Just imagine, I mean, Super Bowl is the most loved and watched game in the world, right? So how many people can fit in the stadium at same time to watch the match live, right? So imagine if the same experience can be created with a virtual device, with a VR device, and you sit at your home, but you will have thrill and feel of the stadium. It's going to be, I would say, game changing, because everyone wants to feel the thrill of a match, right? So, and VR is going to, I would say, uh, decrease this dependency of going to things physically, but still then having the overall experience of a fan sitting in the stadium. And definitely, I mean, it has so it can be very pivotal for athlete coaching and training as well, right? So imagine, I mean, if you are staying in a remote area, right, still you will able to have the best of the coaches available through VR as a technology, right? So because what happens is sports is something which is very difficult to play or enjoy virtually. So the AR and VR is filling that gap, right? I mean, between the virtually and physical experiences.
Okay. So are there any barriers to, mass adoption of AR and VR?
Yeah, so I mean, see, AR is so with the advanced devices, with your phones and your smartphones, AR is becoming more and more reality. But with VR, as I mentioned, right, that the cost of the devices and availability of devices are still not that much, right? So, but I think all major software providers or major hardware providers are coming up with their own VR devices. So I think. In next, I would say 2 to 3 years, it will have more adoption. But right now, the major roadblock is the availability of the VR devices, and I think that is something which will be fixed.
Okay. So, like, moving on from AR and VR to IoT. So, how is IoT transforming the sports industry in the coming years?
Uh, yeah, the IoT. See, IoT is. I think IoT is so with better connectivity and across the world, and the availability of good hardware devices. The IoT is shaping the sports overall, right? So let's say from measuring the vitals of an athlete. So you have the IoT device which will measure the heart rate, the let's say the performance matrices of an athlete to, let's say, in stadium experiences, right? So there are a lot of IoT startups working for the in stadium experiences, for hassle free check-ins to let's say personalizing the experience for the fans. So yeah, that is it's moving at a very rapid pace. And I think as the world is very much connected right now, I mean, the internet is available at every places, right? So it is also empowering the IoT revolution overall.
Okay, interesting. So, like, are there any two, three quick tips, like before ending the session, which each and everyone in the sports technology industry should focus, or with whatever you have in mind?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, see, I'm pretty bullish on AI, right? In particular, so how the AI agents are going to disrupt all the industries. I think that would be good thing to let's say track and understand. How AI is impacting the sports as an ecosystem. So definitely, I mean, if you are having a sports business, if you are sports startups, if you are founders, if you're a CTO or engineer as well, right? So just see how the newer technologies, particularly with AI and blockchain, it can elevate your users eventually, right? And I think right now with so much of innovation going ahead with open source, closed source AI models, yeah, I'm pretty bullish on that.
Okay. Thank you, Nishant, so much for sharing your insights. Thank you,
Sure, my
everyone,
pleasure.
for listening. Let's stay connected for more understanding about sports technology in the future. Hit the subscribe button, share it with your friends and family who are interested in the sports technology trends in the coming year and to know more about sports technology. Once again, signing off from Sports CTO Talks. Bye. Have a good day.